Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm a physical therapist at EW Motion Therapy. If you found your way to our video, congratulations. You are a beautiful, powerful warrior that is rewriting the script on what it means to be a woman, a mom, and an athlete. This journey's hard. It has its expectations, it has its pressures, and those things are very real, and we support you. You literally birthed a human, and now you're tasked with nurturing that human, caring for that human, and healing yourself. And if all that wasn't enough, you have aspirations of going back to your sport and to activity. We recently had the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Susanna Carter at Birmingham OBGYN. We talked about everything from when it is safe and appropriate to turn to exercise to the hormones that are going to influence your journey along the way. Let's lean in together to the narrative that is the postpartum athlete. You want to know, when can I get back to exercise? There is no easy answer for this one, and I want you to think about this in terms of if you were coming back from an injury, because they're very similar concepts, right? Your body's gone through a trauma. We've got to let it heal before we can start stressing it again.
I think patience, both with yourself and your body, because it is like an injury. It requires time off, and that's the recovery time, and then a gradual build back, not a jump right back in where you were. That recovery period is going to be different. Let's say you have a C-section versus a vaginal delivery. Let's say you have a vaginal delivery and deliver a 10-pound kid versus a 6-pound kid. Let's say you have no tear. Let's say you have a huge tear. That's what's going to, guide how comfortable you feel going for a walk. Have people with no tears, had a straightforward vaginal delivery. They start walking as soon as they get home, 2 to 3 days out of the hospital. In little walks, I always tell them, go for a 15-20 minute walk and then assess how you feel. Because if you feel great, you can add to that each day. As far as running, I think people need to give themselves about a 2-week period to just let your body recover. If you had a C-section, that we're gonna push that out to 4 to 6 weeks. Most postpartum bodies can do a lot more. So I think testing stuff, like I said, if you wanna go for that first walk on postpartum day 2, go for it. I've had people tell me they run at 2 to 3 weeks postpartum. I think if you can do that comfortably for like a run walk period of 30 minutes, that's probably a good place to start. Treat it like a return to run program, like after a stress fracture or something. Maybe I'm gonna go out for 30 minutes, 2 weeks postpartum. I'm gonna run for 2 minutes, walk for 2 minutes. And if that is comfortable, I think it's always gonna be better to do less than you think you can do and assess that evening how you feel. Pain is always a sign to stop. See if you have pelvic floor pressure, if you have any bleeding, if you have cramping. If you don't, then you're probably safe to do that or a little more the next day. If you do, it's probably a signal from your body that, hey, that may have been a little too much, you gotta scale this back. But kind of like when you're rehabbing an injury, if you're that athlete that just pushes it before you're ready, you're gonna prolong that recovery period. Most athletes do have a good sense of body and what they can handle, and I know we tend to push it too much sometimes, but you have more body awareness than most people.
In this part of your recovery, it is so important to try and give yourself a little bit of grace. Healing does not happen in a linear fashion, and this process is in no way, shape, or form going to be linear. The hormones that happen and change in your body from pregnancy to birth to postpartum are crazy and amazing, and they allow you to do tremendous things, but they also have a huge impact on you.
In the first 2 weeks, it's not uncommon sort of emotionally to be in that baby blues. You're just kind of crying randomly. Sleep isn't great. Obviously, you have a new responsibility that you're totally overwhelmed by. So it's a lot. If it goes on past 2 weeks, it's gonna feel heavier. If it's postpartum depression or anxiety, people say they don't feel like themselves, feeling more withdrawn from the baby, that's a big sign. I think for athletes, a key is probably like if you have no interest in your sport anymore or getting back out there, that's probably a big sign. Most people want to get back out there for their mental health. So speaking to athletes in particular, if you're just like, I just want to be in bed, I kind of want to be alone, crying a lot, those would all be signs. Being aware, like you said, of what is happening hormonally and how that might affect both your mental and physical health is critical, because then you can just be easier on yourself. Your postpartum period, especially if you breastfeed, can feel like menopause. You are in a low estrogen, low progesterone state. Hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, moodiness, sleep disturbance, all that can be a part of that. Pretty much initially your body is making oxytocin and prolactin, and those are kind of like feel-good hormones. They're meant to help physiologically balance that drop in your female hormones. If you stop breastfeeding, your estrogen and progesterone are going to start to kick in again. Your ovaries are going to start making those again, and that will create your menstrual cycle. So you'll probably start to regulate sooner. Now, the effect on like your body as you're exercising, relaxin, which is produced both during the pregnancy and actually peaks, I think, in the 3rd trimester, but it continues afterwards and continues more so if you're breastfeeding. It makes your ligaments and joints loose and your muscles more kind of lax. So the whole body, relaxin is a good name for it because it does just sort of help everything in the body relax. If you're somebody whose relaxin stays pretty high, you're lifting a lot of weight and you don't brace yourself, you could easily cause a back injury. If you're running and you have particularly loose joints or ligaments, you could easily turn an ankle or knee.
I think it's really important for you guys to keep in mind that you are not alone on this journey. I think at times it very much could feel that way. There is a really big resource that is available to you, and that is women's health pelvic floor physical therapy. This is an entire genre of physical therapy that was built for you because of the need that you have.
I'll just say, as an OBGYN and a female and an athlete, just knowing that you all offer pelvic floor PT now has been like one of the coolest things in my whole career. I feel like we have been doing a disservice to women in many, many, many ways, but that is a big one. This whole lack, like I said, you have an injury, you go see a physical therapist. You have surgery, you usually go to a physical therapist. Like, it's critical to recovery. Well, like, yeah, women, it's just like, you have a baby and good luck. So the fact that we can now refer people to PT after delivery for whether it's pelvic floor or diastasis or whatever it is incredible.
This is just one small piece of the puzzle. If you want more resources, visit our Learning Center on our website, where we have links to other articles that are going to help you and provide you with more information to make this a better journey. Being an athlete in a recovery phase, trying to get back to sport, that's hard. Just having a baby, that's very hard. Being a mom, that's incredibly hard. Thank you. Thank you for motivating us to be better clinicians to help you in your pursuit of doing hard things. I honestly feel like if there's one thing that this video leaves you with after you watch it today, is this. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be apprehensive. It is okay to be overwhelmed. But it's also okay to ask questions. And it is absolutely okay to expect a healthcare team to get you the resources that you need to be the best mom and athlete that you can be.